Hi everyone, welcome back to Project RX 4.0. I'm going to give it a name now, seeing as the Barras Go 4 litre RX4 4.0 makes sense. We have had a massive win here, boys. I got one of the last parts I've been looking for, which is a rear windscreen down at local pick-a-part, believe it or not. I did not know this car was down there. Someone was watching, Aaron Hogan, shout out to you, dude. Big time Mazda man himself from way back. Spotted one of the cars there and we got this, but hey, this ain't it, boys. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Wait till I show you what I got. Every now and then you come across an absolute unicorn and you get completely kissed on the dick. And let me just show you what we got here. Have a look at this. So that 929 that's down there is kaput. Engine's gone, interior's gone. I was fingers crossed hoping to get door cards and rear seats. The only stuff I'm missing from this car. Can make door cards, so just like some factory ones, so it all looks nice and fairly stock or whatever. I've made door cards back in my early RX4 days with some felt and stuff like that, and they don't really look that good. The roof is ripped open like a tin can. I think this guard here doesn't look too bad, so I think I might go back and get it. It's got a bit of rust down the bottom corner, and it's got a fairly sizable dent here. But yeah, I don't know. This one might be better, but the boot lid was there and it had a rust. It was really straight and nice. It had a rust hole just in the middle of it, but these cars don't come along. You know, they're just so hard to get to find anywhere. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually, I didn't even look at the rear quarter that well, but I might go back there and take this rear quarter, because there's a nice rear quarter that's on eBay at the moment that's like $2,500. So this did not cost $2,500. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much it cost, but yeah, if you want to go to Pick-a-Part's price list and just have a look at what there's there, they don't care that it's a 1974 Mazda 929 and these things are rare as rocking horse poo and it's worth a lot of money. I just paid what it's ever on the list, so I might cut the other rear quarter out of it just for a spare, take the guard, take the boot lid too, and yeah, just keep these hanging panels, because who knows, in 5 years' time on this car and I get into an accident or something, you just don't find this stuff anymore. They're just not easy. There's no one doing really reproduction stuff for 929 RX4s. You can get fiberglass guards, I think, but they're not steel. I'm not sure what legality is with street cars with fiberglass panels either. But the other thing too is, well, you know, if I've got the opportunity to get these parts and maybe make some good money out of it later on in 5 years' time and sell an okay rear quarter for, you know, $1,000 or what, why not? It's not much work, so I think that's where we're at. But for this right now, I need to work on a plan of how I'm going to put this in the car. So obviously we've done that big panel repair, but it's still, the nice big section of metal we put in is okay, but everything around it's still total arse. So let's go and have a look at the rear quarter and what I think we might have to do with it. So this is the quarter that's in the car now. I can see how they repaired it here. They unpicked all of this and then they cut straight across here. So, and then it looks like they come in here. I can see a cut there. They've come in there, and obviously, oh no, that's just a part of this. So there's a spot weld there where I guess the back becomes the quarter and that. So I'm thinking I might do the same. I might unpick it here and here, and then here, and then I might drill these spot welds out here, and then instead of this, I might cut across here, just so it's a small cut, and then maybe the same across there. So it might come across here and across in there, and then do that. Now, this inner quarter or inner wheel tub is fine. The outer wheel tub here, you probably won't be able to see that. I'll need to get a light on it, but the outer wheel tub inside there is rat shit. It's finished. So I might, where I've come in across and pick out here and cut there, I might, I'm assuming this outer skin is one piece. So I'll show you what I've cut out at the wreckers. So this is what I've cut out the wreckers, and you can see basically I've cut the whole, I've just cut in the middle. So I've still got the nice inside wheel tub. I've got the outer skin, and I've got this all the way to basically there, and I've got this to up here and that. Now you see it starts getting rotted there, but don't care, I can, putting a little patch panel in there is nothing compared to trying to repair this, but this is unbelievably good. Like, as in, this is untouched from 1974. It really is incredible. Very, very lucky. Obviously there's total cancer down there. This is just surface rust, so this is just like factory paint flaking off, but this is like once in a lifetime sort of stuff. So you can see here where it joins, and that's like the inner chassis of the car, and this is the outer guard. So I don't, this is where I want to join it. I don't want to cut through the roof line and that, because then you come into other issues such as, I know when I cut this out, the roof went straight away. So I don't want to have to, bug around with that kind of stuff. So I think that's going to be my plan of attack. Quick 2-second commercial break here. Many of you might see the MrParts.com.au sort of splash screen right at the end, right at the credits and that, and go, what's that all about? That's actually my business. It's a automotive performance sort of parts business, specialty parts business that has been around now for well over a decade. I focus a lot on rotary parts, but sell lots of other performance stuff too, the whole Raceworks catalog and stuff like that. This is one of my specialties. This is a specific machine spark plug socket for a rotary engine. Let's go find out now how I make it and why we make it. So the reason we machine a normal spark plug socket like this into something like this is for this reason. As you can see, Mazda rotary housings have this lip on it, and when you run a more tight ass plug, such as this go-kart sort of plug, B10 EGV, they sit further into the housing, and if you get your normal spark plug socket, it won't go in there. If you get the machined one, boom, done. So the reason why these have been around forever and a day, these plugs are really good for rotaries. They're also fairly cheap and normally easy to get a hold of. So that's why we make them. So if you've got a Mazda rotary and you don't have one of these, you need to get over to MrParts.com.au right now and get you some. Also got plenty of spark plugs for rotaries in stock always as well. So this is our old guard in all its glory, and you may have noticed in older videos that it hadn't been spot welded in, it's been stitched weld. So I've just cut out with the grinder along here all the stitch welds, and then started going in here, made a line where I'm probably going to cut somewhere here, and I'm definitely going to cut the old line there. Some of the spot welds that are still here I've cut out. You can see the repair I've done, there's rust underneath it, so I mean, Jesus, how well's the rest of this car been epoxied in that? But cut those out, drilled these, but I think it's glued pretty heavily under here and maybe stitched weld here. So what I'll probably end up doing is along this red line is I'm just going to cut all that out with the grinder, and then I'll come back and grind down the lip that's on here, which is this lip essentially. And I've drilled a couple of the spot welds out there, but the hardest part's going to be getting what is that edge out of here, because he's stitched weld here as well, and it's going to probably prove a little difficult. Here's all done as well, so as you can see, it's ready to come, which is all good. But yeah, I think I'm going to chop suey that out there and get it going. All right, this is proper pants filling time because it's time to make this cut. All right, it's now or never. Let's do this. Real careful with my cutter. I reckon that's through. I reckon that's through. Let's see. Yeah, that's through. I think that should be just about it. Let's oh shit. Oh my god. Oh yeah, it's still attached just down the bottom of here. Ooh, a drill bit. Yeah, that's fine. I can just what have I done? Something quick, I'll just show you. Here's the, we'll take a close look at this. This is ruined, but I'll just put this over here for now. So, what you'll notice is that the cut that I took didn't include, well, I cut away these sections because I didn't want to come in here and alter the structure of the roof. So what I've done now is I've just cut more of the tub here. So what I'll come now, because I can actually access it from the top, is I'll slice here on this edge, and that'll mean I can button my piece right up here. Let me show you what I mean. So you'll see on my repair piece, I've got, you know, what looks like just an inner lip of the outer sort of wheel tub, and I don't have any of that structure in here. And this is what that structure is. This outer tub is a part of this structure sort of thing from factory, obviously. They probably put the roof on and that all in one piece and bzz, whatever. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to cut this lip here, right flush up against this, and then my wheel tub will mount here, right up against that, and then I'll spot weld it all the way in there. I'm going to come and obviously I'll grind away all this. As you can see, like he booger welded it and spot welded it, or stitched weld, should I say, all the way here. But he did it all the way on the outside as well, which meant I just wasn't going to be able to cut it out. You can't cut out stitch welding with a drill, you know. Spot weld's easy. You drill through it and whatever, you know, it's gone. Sort of, you know, like what I did with some of these ones, or these ones up here, you know. Once you drill through that, there's nothing holding, you know, the panel. So you might think, people might think car panels are all welded together everywhere, but they're not. They're welded together by, you can see this little indentation here. That's a spot weld, that's a spot weld, and that's what these were too. So your car is essentially all the body panels that are hung on there. You know, the robot comes along and just goes zip, 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 and puts little welds in you know, properly places where it's required to, you know, give it strength. But it's not welded like as if you'd weld like a roll cage where you're welding the tube all the way around. It's just a multiple series of spot welds all the way around this that hold all the panels onto that. So that's what guys with race cars to increase structural rigidity do, stitch weld panels to make sure that they can never move or come loose and stuff like that. So next step is to clean up all of this and then to clamp that one on, and Jesus, just hope for the best. This, I have to say, this is, you know, I built that whole race car myself and everything, built roll cage, all that kind of stuff. But this is the most ambitious thing I've ever done. It could go horribly wrong, but I don't care. You know, this is the whole thing about me and my own cars, is that I just like doing it myself. And if the result isn't as good as some professional, so be it. I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people out in the internet world probably aren't okay with that. Everyone wants everything done immaculately and you know, just like they see on Instagram or whatever, but I'm not worried about that. You know, I build cars how I want to build them to my satisfaction, and if this comes on and it looks good from, you know, 10 meters away, then that's good enough for me. So, all right, lots of grinding to happening, and we'll check back in once it's right to go. Alrighty, so it is on. Obviously. I hung the door here just to make sure. Remember last time the door was sort of hitting here, like the panel hadn't been put in right either. Well, door is now on, and I don't know if you can hear that, but no noise. So the gap basically is uniform and even, same as it is on the other side. You can see here a small cut that's blending in really well. The line here lines up perfectly. And back here, panel gap looks really good. Optical illusion, it looks like it is too close here, but it's not, because just the way it bends there and that. So need to adjust this so it sits a bit right. The only issue, so to speak, I'm having is where this rear panel meets the guard, and I think that's just because obviously when it's had the hit, you can see it's been hit sort of here, and it was hit on the side. Interestingly enough, but this inner guard structure is completely fine. Even the floor here is fine. So sort of mentioned that this may have been a race car. Could have just been a guy's street car with a, you know, old bolt and roll cage. But the reason I thought maybe race car is how crudely the holes were cut in the parcel shelf, but also if he was racing a class like IPRA, door handle to door handle stuff, if he'd had a bash sort of this way, like with another car, or another car sort of ran into it straight on, head on there, that would explain why the quarter was so crumply this way and the rest of the car seems fine. So, you know, maybe like someone come in and just sort of hit it on the side or something, and then they just hammered it back out and, you know, quickly glued on that again, and that's why they didn't care about it all that much. But and that's why the front corner, the guard may look the way too, because, you know, a few taps in there, but I mean, you know, it's almost a 50-year-old car now. It's probably had that many hits anyway. So, but yeah, overall it's I mean, yeah, I think you'd agree that it's a million times better. Had to bite the bullet, but, you know, this quarter I found it cost $50. So yeah, a $50 investment. You know, a sheet of steel these days is a couple of $100. So, you know, the patch that I put in there, all the patches I was putting, was probably like $50 on its own. And all I have to do to this is clean up this a bit and remake the bottom corner, which I hadn't made already, which I need to do anyway. So pretty much, yeah, I'll redo this bottom, the bottom section again, and that's pretty much it. I mean, overall, this quarter is really good. The fit's really good. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, this line looks a lot better than it did previously. So I think it's I think we're on a bit of a winner here at the moment. So keep on welding this in. At the moment, I've got this tech screwed in just at the back so I can manipulate it easily. This is like the budget version of those like Clecos or whatever. So a couple of tech screws in there, and that just means I can easily position it. As I start welding it here, if it wants to move a little bit, you know, I can manipulate. I can undo the tech screws and move some of the stuff away around to make sure that when I close this boot lid, that I'm still really happy with the body lines, which I am at the moment. So you can see it sits up high here. That's not because this is done wrong. It's just because you can see it sits flat there. It's just the way that the locking mechanism isn't adjusted, and there's no, I think there's normally little rubber things under here that help it sit where it's meant to sit. So that's fine. Obviously, I have to patch in this too, because that's like what I was talking about, where the little reflector normally is. Doesn't have it on the other side. So I'll just fill this one in. That'll be easy enough. And yeah, we'll do a nice job of it compared to what the last one is, and just zip these holes up easily and that. So got to be careful with stuff like this too. Right out here in the middle of the panel, it's it's really thin steel, and you put too much heat in here, and you could leave all the wave in it. So we'll just make sure that that's all good. But I'm really stoked with this. I think this now really helps this car, especially those doors. I mean, this side was a basket case. Think back, about a couple episodes what it looked like, and it was really, 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 really bad. And now I think this side of the car is actually almost even better than the other side, which is a massive improvement. All right, so let's tack some of this stuff in, keep on welding it, and yeah, don't know what the next part is. This one's been a massive one, so look into it and yeah, move on. So I think we can all agree that the improvements on this side of the car now are incredible, night and day compared to when I got it. So really happy with that. Now I am 99% sure I'm racing the RX-7, just outshot a shot here again this weekend. So a few little things I've got to do on there, such as replace my shock sensor. I bought a heap of sensors and parts and stuff, pretty affordable ones that I want to do some R&D on this car to possibly offer them on MrParts in the future. So some stuff, often shock sensors and stuff like this are, $400, $500 for big name brand sort of ones. So hoping I can get something and start retailing it for even less than half that. But I've been doing some R&D. I tried these small ones, which are designed for the fronts, and I wanted to see what would happen if you put it on the rears and stuff, just to test them out where it's a bit more violent. And if you can see it there, but it didn't survive R&D testing. I also think my mount wasn't exactly on the same plane. I think I had it slightly off. So if the shock was moving up and down, this one was moving at more maybe like a 5 or so degree angle, and I think that might have had something to do with it. But anyway, now I know that if a customer has something like this in the future, if we start selling this stuff and they don't mount them exactly how they should be mounted, or they use these on the rears, they're going to have a problem. But as with a lot of stuff from China, I then ordered a nice big beefier one, and they've sent the wrong kind. So this is 15 to 24 volts, and it just says 4 to 20 milliamps instead of 0 to 5 volts. So unfortunately, I'm going to do some absolute backyard mechanic stuff to get this one to work. I'll probably put it in there, put some reinforcements on it. It'll be fine because I want the data. Yeah, but because I am racing the RX-7, a few little things to do now. Then I'll have to get the car ready to race. So that should just about do us for this episode. It's been a pretty big one. Put a fair bit of work in there. A couple of spot welds to do in the guard, and then I think I'll Sikaflex in the wheel arch. 221, 227, one of those two, I think. And then yeah, I'll start doing the legs and the foot and that, and see how we go. But yeah, until then, thanks for watching. Good luck if you're trying to attempt this yourself. I think go and watch some professionals doing this kind of stuff first. If you're going to attempt it, don't just look at this because there's probably some other better way to do it. I think I've got the result that I wanted anyway, doing it this way. So yeah, still waiting on the engineer. I only sent them an email asking for some stuff that I wanted less than a week ago. So I'll give them a week and a half to actually get back to me. If then I'll follow them up again. But yeah, I know someone with a gas, like an FG gas engine. So I'm keen to move on it. And a few other things coming together now on that too. Hopefully next episode might be all about Barra. Until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.